विपिन पुरंदर प्रभु है क्या? विपिन, हाँ, यार इन सामान्य। जय राधा माधवा कुंज विहारी, जय कुंज विहारी, गोपी जना वल्लभा गिरिवरदारी, यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन, यमुना तीरावनचारी, जय राधा माधवा कुंज विहारी, गोपी जना वल्लभा गिरिवरदारी, यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन, यमुना तीरा वनचारी, हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Kunja Vihari, Radha Kunja Vihari, Radha Kunja Vihari, Radhe Radha Radha Vrindavan Chandra, Radha Vrindavan Chandra, Radha Vrindavan Chandra, Radhe Radha Vrindavan. Nittai Gauranga Jaya, Nittai Gauranga, Nittai Gauranga Jaya, Nittai Gauranga. पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की श्रील प्रभुपाद की गौर भक्त वृंद की निरंतरात् श्रीमद्भागवतम की ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्णकरुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। Welcome all of you for the Srimad Bhagavatam class this morning. I am taking a special verse today. The 5th canto, 19th chapter, text number 27. 5, 19, 27. Because I get plenty of mails asking two very important questions. So I thought I will answer them in this talk. One is about whether Lord Krishna awards.
हरे कृष्णा हिंदी का अनुवाद मंदिर के बाहर के प्रांगण में हो रहा है, तो कृपया करके वहां पे जा सकते हैं। हिंदी का अनुवाद।
Whether Lord Krishna awards material desires or not. Many people ask this question. When you go to the temple, in case we have a desire, you may express the desire. Does Lord award material desires? Yeah, so that, my mind will be more peaceful. Many people ask this question. Another question is about sometimes suddenly a devotee dies due to some disease or something. Many devotees get shocked in the devotee community about what is this, such a devotee, such and such nice devotee. Why suddenly the devotee has been taken away. So actually, although these two questions appear to be two different questions, they have a very strong connection. Connection is we many times see things from a material point of view. So therefore, I thought we will take this verse today and understand the answers to these very important questions. Satyam dishatyartitamartito nrinam naivartado yat punarartithayatah swayam vidhatte bhajatam anichhatam ichhapi danam nijapada pallavam satyam dishatyarthitamarthito nrinam naivartado yat punarartithayatah swayam vidhatte bhajatam anichhatam ichhapi danam nijapada pallavam satyam dishatyarthitamarthito nrinam naivarthado yat punararthithayatah swayam vidhatte bhajatam anichhatam ichhapi danam nijapada pallavam. So all Prabhuji is ready together. Satyam dishatyarthitamarthito nrinam naivarthado yat punararthitayatah swayam vidhatte bhajatam anichhatam ichhapi dhanam nijapada pallavam. All Matajis together. Yes. This is 5:9:27. Satyam, certainly. Dishati, he offers. Arthitam, the object prayed for. Artitaha, being prayed to. Nrinam, by the human beings. Na, not. Eva, indeed. Artadaha, the bestower of benedictions. Yat, which. Punaha, again. Arthita, a demand for a benediction. Yataha, from which. Swayam, personally. Vidhatte, he gives. Bhajatam, unto those engaged in his service. Anichhatam, although not desiring it. Ichhapi dhanam, which covers all desirable things. Nijapada pallavam, his own lotus feet. The Supreme Personality of Godhead fulfills the material desires of a devotee who approaches him with such motives. But he does not bestow benedictions upon the devotee that will cause him to demand more benedictions again. However, the Lord willingly gives the devotee shelter at his own lotus feet, even though such a person does not aspire for it. And that shelter satisfies all his desires. That is the Supreme Personality's special mercy. So 4 things are said here. Number 1, the Supreme Lord bestows material desires upon the devotee. The answer is given. Does God, Lord give material benedictions to devotees? He says, yes, he says, he gives. Second point, he says, but the material benediction he will give will be such that after that you will never ever go to him asking for one more material benediction. That will be the last benediction you might have asked. How is it, you may wonder? For example, imagine you asked your uncle in America for a bike. I want to buy one bike, can you send me some money? Uncle says, don't worry, I'll put 5 crores in your account. After he puts 5 crores, will you ever write to him again? Asking, can you give me money for some more things? So your bike is a small peanut amount from that 5 crores. So similarly, Krishna will give benediction in such a way that you will never ever go to him asking for material benediction again. That's the second thing. Thirdly, he says, Lord willingly gives devotee shelter of his lotus feet, even though the devotee has not asked for it. Huh? He says. So you will see that if somebody is feeling terribly hot on a sunny day, huh, you are looking for a shelter, you are running on a tar road with barefoot, and your barefoot is sticking to the tar road and the black tar is sticking to your feet. Any of you had experience like that, hasn't it? Sometimes on a hot sunny day. Huh? So what are you needing immediately? The shade of a tree. Huh? So you find a tree and you run to the tree. Now, you don't have to go to the tree and ask for shade. As soon as you go to the tree, you automatically get the shade. But imagine if the tree not only gives you shade, it also gives you mangoes. Very nice mango tree. You can sit under the tree and eat mangoes also. Did you plan to get the mangoes? No, you didn't intend. You only wanted relief. But then while getting relief, you also got nice big Alfonso mangoes to eat. Similarly, the Lord willingly gives devotee the shelter of his lotus feet and also the honey of his lotus feet. That's what he's saying. Swayam vidatte bhajatam anichatam. Even without desiring, he says. And ichchapidanam nija padapal. He says that the Lord's, and the fourth thing that is said is, that shelter that a devotee attains satisfies all one's desires. No more desires remain to be satisfied. Let us read the purport. Now, if you take the mic, read that. Where's the mic with you? Purport by Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna. Devotees mentioned in this previous verse approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead with material motives. But this verse explains how such devotees are saved from those desires. Srimad Bhagavatam 2.3.10 advises, Akama sarva kamo va moksha kama udaraditi virena bhakti yogena yajeta purusham param. Whether one is freed from all material desires, is full of material desires, or desires to become one with Supreme, he should engage in devotional service. In this way, not only will the devotee's desire be fulfilled, but the day will come when he will have no other desire than to serve the lotus feet of the Lord. One who engages in the service of the Lord with some motives is called Sakama Bhakta, and one who serves the Lord without any motives is called an Akama Bhakta. Krishna is so merciful that he turns a Sakama Bhakta into an Akama Bhakta. A pure devotee, an Akama Bhakta, who has no material motives, is satisfied simply to serve the lotus feet of the Lord. This is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita 6.22. Yam labdha chaparam labham manyate nadikam tataha. If one engages in the service of the lotus feet of the Lord, he does not want anything more. This is the highest stage of devotional service. The Lord is so kind, even to a Sakama Bhakta, a motivated devotee, that he satisfied his desires in such a way that one day he becomes an Akama Bhakta. Dhruva Maharaj, for example, became a Bhakta with the motive of getting a better kingdom than that of his father. But finally he became an Akama Bhakta and said to the Lord, Swamin Kritartosmi Varam Nayache. My dear Lord, I am very satisfied simply to serve your lotus feet. I do not want any material benefits. Sometimes it is found that a small child eats dirty things, but his parents take away the dirty things and offer him a sandesh or some other sweetmeat. Devotees who aspire for material benedictions are compared to such children. The Lord is so kind that he takes away their material desires and gives them the highest benediction. Therefore, even for material motives, one should not worship anyone other than the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One must fully engage himself in the devotional service of the Lord so that all his desires will be fulfilled, and at the end, he can go back home, back to Godhead. This is explained in the Chetan Charitamrit Madhya Lila 22, 37, 39, 41 as follows. Anyakami. A devotee may desire something other than service to the lotus feet of the Lord. Yadi kare Krishnera bhajana. But if he engages in the Lord Krishna's service, na magiteha Krishna tare dena swacharana. Krishna gives him shelter at his lotus feet, even though he does not aspire for it. Krishna kahe, the Lord says, Ama bhaje, he is engaged in my service. Mage vishaya sukha, but he wants the benefit of material sense gratification. Amrita chhadi vishamage. Such a devotee is like a person who asks for poison instead of nectar. Hey bada murkha, that is his foolishness. Ami vigya, but I am experienced. Yei murkha vishaya kena diva. Why should I give such a foolish person the dirty things of material enjoyment? Swacharanamrita, it would be better for me to give him shelter at my lotus feet. Vishaya bhulayaba, I shall cause him to forget all material desires. Kamalagi Krishna bhaje, if one engages in the service of the Lord for sense gratification. Aya Krishna Rase, the result is that he ultimately gets a taste for serving the lotus feet of the Lord. Kama chhadi dasa haite hay avilashe. He then gives up all material desires and wants to become an eternal servant of the Lord.
Yeah. So in the purpose is three very important things. One thing is there are two type of bhaktas, Sakama Bhakta, Akama Bhakta. So Dhruva Maharaj in the beginning was, and after meeting Lord Vishnu, Makam, correct? No? So it's a proof that one came with material desires and then lost the material desires. He wanted a kingdom, but then Lord gave Dhruvaloka itself. The shining star in the morning, you see, early morning sky, unblinking star. So where Lord himself resides. So Lord gave him that planet. And he didn't have anything more to ask after that. He became completely satisfied. Even that also he was ready to forego after meeting the Lord. So that is the first point Prabhupada says. Sakama Bhakta and Akama Bhakta. And secondly, Prabhupada says that anyone who goes to the Lord not only fulfills the material desires, but he gives his lotus feet also. And one experiences the honey of service to the Lord. Second thing he says. And thirdly, he says, and what is the mechanism that's Prabhupada explaining? When one is engaged in service of the Lord, he gets such a higher taste that the lower taste becomes feeble. Just like, how many of you have played with a tricycle? Anybody here? You drove a tricycle, correct? Now, isn't it? Now, do you drive a tricycle anymore? And even if you have a tricycle, can you go to school in a tricycle? That's only for playing. It's a trivial thing it is. It's just for going round and round. You can't go anywhere in that. Just meant for playing, that's all. But once you have to go to school, say your father gives you a bicycle, you give up the tricycle. Then you go to college, you go in a bike, go to company in a car, then you give up the bike. That means you give up a lower thing for a higher thing. When you are attracted to something higher, you give up the lower thing. Similarly, you will see when we are children, we are attracted to toys. When you are in teenage, girls are attracted to boys are attracted to girls. And they roam around and they think we will get some happiness out of this. And they get married, they become more responsible. And then, then the man thinks, now I have to do a job and make money. Then his attraction goes towards money. Because more the money, then I can put up a good family. He thinks like that. So, in the same manner, when a girl begets child, she becomes more responsible in a married life. Now I have to raise the child. I have to educate the child. I have to serve the in-laws and all that. Other type of responsibilities come. And then when they become frustrated in family life after some time, there are internal clashes, misunderstandings. When they go to temple, bow down to God. Oh God, what is this? How can our family be a happy family? You have put a board, home sweet home. You want to prove it. Then whenever living being faces some challenges, they go to God. Artho, Jigyasu, Artharthi, Jnani. 4 types of mixed devotees. They go to God. And then, so in this way, people gradually, and then when they go to temple, they offer a flower, offer a fruit, take prasad, take part in kirtan. Gradually, the quality of their desire starts changing. They understand that in this world, everybody is trying to be happy. They are not. No matter how much sense gratification we do, people have gone to European tours, people go to SL World, people go to Disney World. People go to Ranavula resorts. You jump up and down in the water, you glide in this, glide in that, still you don't get happiness. You are surrounded by thousands of people around, still you feel loneliness. Even if you have a lot of money in your pocket. So then you find out, where is happiness? I want to find out. Then when they start chanting Hare Krishna, reading Bhagavad Gita, when they understand the personality of Godhead, they develop a higher quality of taste. And they start coming more, the closer they come to Lord, it's like the more you look towards the sun, there is no darkness. They become happier. Then the lower, things become very insignificant for you. When they start developing taste in Lord's service, then they take up some service and they engage in it, and day and night they become engaged and absorbed. Then they understand this is the highest thing. So that's what Prabhupada is saying. So I had made a notes on this very important topic. It is therefore, is it big enough or is it small? Little small, I think. I should make it a little more bigger. All right? Huh? All right? Okay. See, in the human life, we all swing between, we are searching for pleasure and the longing for peace. You will see that. See, searching for pleasure is bhoga. Longing for peace is tyaga. Because people think, in this world, for example, you like to eat pakoda, bhaji, samosa, very nice. But little bit you overeat, then what happens? You suffer. Stomach is paining. Then you renounce pakoda, bhaji, samosa for a few days until again the taste comes back. Again, somebody is making pakoda and you're like, hey, what is this? Nose is somebody is piercing my nose. Okay, get me again. So we do bhog, we get frustrated, go for tyaga. Again bhog, again tyaga. So the Gita teaches that the soul's natural taste is ananda, eternal happiness. But when the same is directed through the body and mind, it results only in fleeting material pleasure. See, there are three things: body, mind, soul. So the soul is given two coverings: the mind and body. Mind is for storing material desires, and body is for giving shape to the material desires. So when we came to this material world, we were given these two equipments. Because we need, just like mind is like a hard disk where you can keep all your software of desires. Everybody has multiple desires. And the body is like a servo motor, where linear movements, rotary movements, all types of movements. So the movements of your body depend on the quality of your desires. Like somebody is drinking and smoking. On the other hand, somebody is, instead of drinking liquor, is drinking milk. Instead of smoking, he is worshipping the Lord with agarbatti, isn't it? So you will find the quality of our actions depends on the quality of our desires stored in the mind. Correct? No? So as long as we have any material desire which is stored in the mind, we are repeatedly getting bodies. Because the bodies are machines for giving shape to the desires stored in the mind. So actually the soul wanders with the mind and is looking for a suitable body to fit in so that he can give shape to his desires. So, but if the soul foolishly identifies oneself with the body and mind, some people identify with the body and they want bodily pleasures and they get frustrated. Some people identify the mind by dreaming, dreamy pleasures. They also suffer. Nowadays, you have this virtual world, no? Correct, no? You can put all these things and you can imagine you are in a happy world then until you take off your gadgets, correct, no? Isn't it? So people are living, like you go into this Las Vegas casinos, everywhere it's all people sitting with the machines and doing gambling. You can get lost in that world there. Similarly, you go to a cinema theater, they close all the doors, windows, and they completely switch off all the lights to make sure you are fully ignorant. Correct, no? Unless you are fully ignorant, you cannot enjoy ignorance as bliss. Correct, no? And then they ring the bell and they put a moving illusion on the screen. Huh? Then when the thing is put on the screen, you are asked to focus on something which is simply a beam of light. There is no substantiality to that movie. So you're fooled like that. And then you look at the movie with great enthusiasm. There is a hero, there is a heroine, there is a joker, all these different characters. And then you slowly, your mind gets into that movie. And then when there is a comedy, you laugh. When there's a tragedy, you cry. When there's a stunt scene, you kick your neighbor. Isn't it? You get into it. Some tragedy scene, people take a kerchief, they also cry. If heroine is crying, they will also cry. Isn't it? Because you got into the movie. Some people get into the movie so much. After 3-4 hours of the movie, when their bell rings and lights are switched on, when they come out of the theater, still the movie hovers around their head for 1 week. I mean, you have experience? Correct, no? It just moves with you wherever you go. Suddenly you look at the date and realize, oh, the day after tomorrow I have examination. I have to study now. You come to the reality. So the material world also, material world is like a 60 years or 80 years movie. We are living in different roles. And if we are going to identify with the body and mind, the pleasures are fleeting pleasures. So the true fulfillment arises only when the pleasure is spiritualized, when soul connects with Krishna. I've given a comparison here. You can see this. See, Krishna says in the Gita, contact of the senses with the sense objects. This means body. And the soul is connection of the soul with Krishna through devotion and remembrance. How we experience, people ask, you all are talking about spiritual bliss. How do you experience it? Actually, connection of the soul with Krishna through devotion. So devotion means Navavida Bhakti. For example, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Archanam, Mandanam, Padasevanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. Shravanam means right now you all are doing the spiritual activity of hearing. I am doing the spiritual activity of speaking about the Lord, isn't it? And Smaranam means as we keep hearing from the scriptures, even while going, coming, walking, remembrance will come. You will remember, this is how the Lord looks like, this is how he speaks, this is how he behaves, these are his good qualities, these are his playful pastimes. They will occupy our mind. Smaranam. And then you offer a flower to the Lord, you offer fruit to the Lord, Archanam, offer puja to the Lord. Vandanam, you offer prayers to him. And Dasyam, feel yourself like a servant of the Lord. Or develop aspiration to become like a servant like Hanuman or Garuda, or servant like one of the servants in the Goloka, like that. And Sakya means come to a stage of more intimacy with the Lord as a friend. And Atmanivedanam, giving our body, mind, word in his service. So spiritual activities, Prabhupada made it very easy for us to understand through his writings. These are externally, these activities are easy to do, but our movement is a movement of consciousness. You have to bring the mind along with the body. It's not enough to just do these activities externally. But bringing the mind, we study the scriptures, gradually to come to the stage. See, the nature of the material pleasure is it's temporary and diminishing. That is eternal and ever increasing. This is something one should think about. When one is intelligent, one will understand. Like, when you see gulab jamun in a bucket, you feel like eating the whole thing. Some people, even while serving prasad on a festival day, they serve like this plate full of prasad. After finishing half, they realize, my Lord, I can't eat it. Initially, you think I'm going to eat everything. You can't eat because we have limited capacity to enjoy. Even a billionaire or millionaire's son or daughter, you can ask her, two questions you can ask. How much can you enjoy? How long can you enjoy? How much is the capacity? Can you go to a star hotel and eat 200 items? You don't have capacity. Whereas the spiritual bliss is eternal and ever increasing. He's saying it limitlessly it increases. Otherwise, how is it that you find, Prabhupada and his disciples we have seen with our eyes, from the beginning stage of their spiritual practices over the years, their happiness has been increasing more and more. You can see that. Even in old age, our Jagannath Das Babaji in our line, who is called as a Vaishnava Sarvabhauma, leader of all Vaishnavas during Bhaktivinoda Thakur's times, he was actually 120 years or more. He lived for 147 years, he lived. Beyond 120 years also, he used to jump 4 feet above the ground. It is said, even at 120, I don't know, even young boys can jump so much, I don't know. 4 feet above the ground, he used to jump in kirtans. when you would do kirtans, when kirtan would be going on, even at that age, that means it's the energy of the soul. The soul has tremendous energy. You see, body can get tired, mind can get tired, but the soul will never get tired. The soul gets nourishment from the holy name. The soul gets nourishment from hearing the Srimad Bhagavatam. That's what he's saying, that happiness is ever increasing. Anandambudhi Vardhanam. Similarly, he says, Yam labdva chaparam labam manyate nadikam tataha yasmin stitona dukkena gurunapi vichalyate. He's saying that Yam labdva, having attained that spiritual bliss, one feels, oh, I can never trade this for anything else. This is it. His Holiness Bhakti Tirth Swami, the last part of his life, when he was about to leave the body, on the last day, they were doing this kirtan. He was singing Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe. He was singing that. Radhe Radhe Govinda. He was singing that. So there is a video also. You can see that streams of tears coming from his eyes. So he was telling his Holiness Radhanath Maharaj, this experience of chanting the holy name and seeing Lord Krishna is so great. There is nothing in this world which can match with it. I wouldn't aspire for any other happiness or attainment beyond this. This is it, he said. So, yam labdva cha aparam labam manyate na adhikam tata. Adhikam means that nothing adhikam than this. So, not only that, spiritual bliss is never stagnated. It's always ever expanding, ever increasing. And what is the effect on the heart? Material pleasure leaves emptiness, craving, dissatisfaction is this. You can read 18.37 and 18.38, 2 verses. Homework verse for you, okay? There you will get this. There he says, Yad dadagre vishamiva parinamo amritopamam. That is about the sattvika sukham. The next verse, 18.38, he says, Vishyendriya samyogat yad dadagre amritopamam pariname vishamiva tat sukham rajasam smritam. Krishna is telling that the rajasika sukham, the passionate pleasures, they give you a kick in the beginning, thrill. But increasing, it is called as instant thrill, increasing peril, we call it. Instantly you get a thrill, but subsequently you get suffering. Like that. That's what he says in that 18.38. It leaves us empty, craving. You want more and more, but you don't get. It's like the chewing gum. Initially you got the flavor and taste. After that, it's finished. Whereas in bhakti, it brings peace, fulfillment, and gratitude. We can see that. We have seen devotees who advance in spiritual life. They feel fulfilled and satisfied even with little. They may not have much, but they're grateful to Guru and grateful to Lord. They experience peace and joy. See, it's dependent on external conditions. Material pleasure means you need 5 P's. Penny, what is penny? Money. And pleasures, Shabda, Sparsha, Rasa, Rupa, Gandha. You need pleasures for the eyes, beautiful forms, for the ears, sweet sounds, for the nose, smell, for the tongue, taste, the skin, touch. You need pleasures. So penny, pleasures, you need some people around you, people, and position, possessions. These are called as the 5 P's that pinch you. These are all material, 5 material things. Position means, oh, now I got a GET in the company, graduate engineering trainee. Some people keep seeing the appointment order, even though they may have to go to job after a month. Keep seeing. Some people put a frame and keep it also. So they feel me. Oh, they have given it in my name, appointment order. I got a job. And afterwards, when you join, after 3-4 years, you're looking for promotion to, team lead. Then after 5 more years, you're looking for becoming a project manager. Then you're looking for becoming a senior manager, and then you want to become a unit head. So it's an endless game, it is. Endless game where you'll never win and you can never stop playing. You keep on chasing higher and higher and higher. So you will see that we are hankering for positions. And positions means any position you get, you always want to get a better position. Like you have a car, you want a better car. You have a mobile, you want a better model mobile. You got a house. Initially you feel, oh, we have our own house. You're very grateful. But then after 5 years, you think, what is this? Just 2 BHK house? We have 2 children now. Let's go for a 3 BHK or a row house or a bungalow or a villa in Kadakwasla. Like that, one wants bigger and bigger. You see that. So that is why these 5 P's: position, possession, penny, pleasures, and what is the other one? People. Yeah. So your happiness comes from, like, why does a man marry? Because he thinks, if I get a wife, she will add some color to my life, I'll become happy. Then after marriage, initially they are very happy. You go here, you go there, do this, do that. And after some time, after 2, 3 years, you are a little upset or whatever. Then you think, if a child comes, you'll be more happy. Then a child comes, both husband, wife's attention goes to the child. Oh, darling, darling, child, how sweet the child is, and how he is speaking, how he is crawling and everything. And child is also, mama, papa, very, very obedient to their parents. When the child becomes 13, 14 years old, he tells mama, papa, you mind your own business. Then that happiness is gone after that. In this way, you will see the happiness is from external condition and it doesn't remain. Pleasure comes and goes. Like the waves of the ocean, they come and go. So in this world, the pleasure comes and again pleasure goes away, pain comes, then again pleasure comes. So it's a fleeting pleasure. Fleeting means you cannot hold it. Can you hold the wave of the ocean forever? It'll come and go. The pleasures and pains, victory, loss, victory, defeat, profit and loss. This is coming. Material is like that. Whereas the spiritual platform, it's independent of externals. Spiritual bliss is felt even in simplicity. Our Sudama Brahman was happy even in poverty. He didn't have any big wealth. And even after wealth came, he was not proud. Hmm. So, spiritual happiness doesn't need any external condition. You can see that. Like Shabari was a 90-year-old woman. In this world, who will want to sit and talk to a 90-year-old woman? They will say, just relax. Don't trouble, they will say. But here, Prabhu Ramchandra is coming and sitting, he and Lakshman, and eating bear from her. So even in such an insignificant situation, you will see, your devotee can be happy without any external conditions fulfilled. See, you see, material pleasure means guilt, fatigue, boredom, tiredness. All these things will come in material pleasure. So, whereas spiritual, it's all about purity, clarity, enthusiasm, ever increasing. See, Duryodhana enjoyed luxury, yet remained envious and restless. Which means Duryodhana, 12 years when Pandavas were away, was he peaceful? No. He was worried that they're going to come back. He was always hatching plots to make sure Pandavas don't return back. Whereas on the other hand, Pandavas in forests are blissful because in Kamyakavan, Vrishakavan, Krishna would always come. Rishis would come to meet them, Markandeya Rishi, Narada Muni and all. They were very happy even in forest. And Duryodhana was not happy even in palace. Just see. And similarly, material pleasure means you experience it in body and mind because both are material. Correct, no? Material body, material mind. Whereas the spiritual bliss is experienced in the soul and the heart. And then it comes to the mind and body. It's inside out. See, material pleasure means what? What everybody thinks? How can I enjoy? They only think about whom? Themselves, self-centered. Whereas spiritual bliss means how can I serve Krishna? How can I serve devotees, Hari, Guru and Vaishnavas? How I can serve, how I can make the devotees happy, how I can make Guru happy, how I can make Krishna happy. It is Krishna-centered. So when one thinks like that, the very thought process is selfless. The selflessness itself is happiness giving. And when you not just think, but you also act, that will give great bliss to the soul. Even Prabhupada says, if a dog comes, you take away your bread from your plate and feed the dog, you feel happiness. That is called material selflessness. So material selflessness is a shadow of the spiritual selflessness. Even material selflessness is keeping people so happy in this world. You can see that. What is because of spiritual selflessness? When you become Krishna devotee, you become spiritually selfless. That's the original selflessness, actually, of which material, social service and all is a shadow of that. So we always think about how I can please Guru, please Krishna. So this state of heart is one of gratitude. An attitude of gratitude. So you have gratitude, thankfulness, uh, and you are also thinking, oh, I have received so much, I should do something for the Lord. So that state of consciousness is very peace producing. It's peaceful, it's peaceful and blissful. And what is the result? Material pleasure leads to bondage and frustration eventually. How it entangles us, we cannot even know. Like Krishna says, Dhyayato Vishayan Pumsaka Sangasteshu Pajayate Sangat Sanjayate Kamaha Kamat Krodho Vijayate. In that verse series is saying, for example, material pleasure from beginning to end is suffering. Krishna says, why he says that? I will show you why he says that. See, these are the 5 doshas of material enjoyment. Is it coming? Yeah. See, Arjan dosh. Arjan means first accumulation. For accumulating material commodities for your enjoyment, there is a lot of prayas, hard work. Correct, no? Yeah. And while accumulating in this world, you have to also compete with other living beings also. Therefore, you cause himsa dosh. You cause himsa to others. Prabhupada says, in a honeycomb, the honeybees, some of the days on holiday, they want to drink some honey also. So they all plan to drink, let's drink honey today. But while drinking honey, they sting the other honeybees also. They are sucking honey. Why they're stinging others? Because they're afraid that they will drink more than me. Like that they sting other honeybees. So that means in this world, when they work hard to enjoy, like you can see in the morning how the cars compete with each other to go. Yesterday we want to cross the road. My Lord, cars come so fast, they want to make sure you don't cross. So we were trying to run and they were also trying to come. Better we stood behind. You have seen that sometimes a car, you want your car to go into the road. Do they allow you? They don't allow very easily. Because who is hasty? Who wants to go fast? Everybody. Everybody has no time. Correct, no? Isn't it? So, in the same manner, you will see himsa dosh. If you want to progress in this world, people try to, cause himsa to others. The Arjun dosh means accumulation. Accumulation, when you accumulate, do people allow you to accumulate or they try to loot you? They try to loot you. There is hard work in collecting also. Prabhupada says one businessman, he was very shrewd man. He escaped from income tax. He escaped from multiple taxes and escaped from his partners also who were trying to loot. At last he brought a lot of money. His sons and daughters, they looted his money. And then they started their own business. And the old man was laughing. Ha 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 ha. Bachcha ne loot liya humko. So Prabhupada says he was very happy that ultimately only my relatives only have looted, no problem. Selling. So in this world, there are people who will loot you when you accumulate and you have to work hard to accumulate, both. Similarly, you have to cause himsa to other creatures when you have to too much compete and climb on the heads of others to climb the corporate ladder of success. And thirdly, uh, when you try to rakshan dosh means protect and keep. When you want to protect the wealth, it's very difficult. Servants will steal. Uh, other people will steal, which some relatives will steal. That's what I was telling you. Like for example, it's not only wealth. Like for example, Lord Ram, he carried Sita to the forest, but who came and looted Sita? Ravan. You will see that. So whether it is any of the 5 P's, penny, people, pleasures, position, possession, all these 5 is applicable for this 5. Huh? All these things to get is very difficult. You have to compete with others, and to protect is difficult. People will try to loot. And when you try to do bhog, the more you try to enjoy these pleasures, bhog leads to rog. You will see that you will see that junk food is only attractive to see and taste. But once junk food goes inside, it causes diseases. Correct? People cannot give up junk food because it's very tasty. Very crispy it is. Isn't it? So bhog causes rog. When rog goes, people go to doctor, yoga. They will do yoga. When the doctor says, bend your body like this, do different exercises. When body gets little healthy again, Bhog. It's a triangle. Bhog, Rog, Yog. Bhog, Rog. People keep rotating in this. So that is Bhoga dosh. And finally, what happens? Kshaya dosh. Kshaya dosh means, you see, there was one king called Bhartruhari. So he got a fruit from a saint. Saint told, if you give this fruit, if you eat this fruit or give this fruit to anybody, they will always remain young. So he called his queen and said, I want you to be young and beautiful like this always. So eat this fruit. So she took the fruit, and then suddenly the king saw one lady came and gave him the fruit. And the lady said, King, you are the king. I got this fruit which will keep you hale and healthy like you have this chavana prash, like that. The king got the fruit and he was surprised how the same fruit has come to me again. I gave it to my wife. Huh? Then he found out that his wife was not attracted to the king. Rather, she was attracted to one wrestler, one another handsome man, to whom she had given the fruit. And the handsome man was not attracted to the queen. He was attracted to another beautiful girl to whom he gave it. And the beautiful girl was thinking that, king is actually the king of the whole country. If he lives long and healthy, it will be good. Let him benefit. So she gave it to the king. She thought, maybe there is a prospect that king may marry me also. I give this. But then when king got it, understood the fruit had rotated to multiple people. When the fruit came to him, the king developed detachment. Huh? He understood that I loved my wife and gave her the fruit, but she didn't love me. She loved somebody else. And then that fellow loved somebody else. What kind of love is in this world? So in this world, the love also can diminish. People who love you at one time, later on will fight with you. You will see that. Because both people can have expectation. Hmm. So like one couple was telling that in college days they were boy and girl, they were friends. They married hoping that we are marrying, we are lovebirds, we'll marry. But after marriage, I asked her, how is everything? They said, oh, now we are fighting like anything. Because both have too much expectation from each other. You will see that. They throw expectations on one another. So love will diminish if you are not spiritually advanced. If you are spiritually advanced, you will be detached. And you will be affectionate and detached. But if you are not spiritually advanced, you are going to have expectations from everybody around you and you'll be very frustrated. And also the objects whom you are attracted to, they will undergo kshaya dosh. Kshaya means what? Diminish. Like, at the beginning of the month, you get a heavy salary. Your purse, you are releasing all 500 rupee notes for buying things. Will it remain like that throughout the month? No, kshaya. It will reduce. Similarly, man and woman should not marry based on the external beauty. Because will beauty remain forever? No. Therefore, the character, qualities, spiritual advancement, these things should be seen. Otherwise, the body becomes kshaya. The clean face becomes wrinkled face. Jet black hair becomes white hair. A person becomes, all the tooth are gone. The beauty will be gone. But if a person is old and ugly, but spiritually advanced, like Ashtavakra. Ashtavakra had twist in his body in 8 places. But everybody knew he was a very knowledgeable man. He's learned in the Shastra. Even Janak Maharaj gave him an elevated seat to sit. So, in this way, the material things will undergo kshaya. These are the 5 doshas, you see. So that's what I was telling you. Leads to bondage and frustration, whereas spiritual bliss leads to liberation and love of God. See here, material pleasure is like licking honey from outside the bottle. You're seeing honey, you're trying to lick it, you can't get it. It's always escaping you, just like a donkey with a stick. Carrot is hanging it. The more he goes ahead 2 feet, that the carrot is also going, because he's tied to his neck only. You can never get it. That's how material pleasure is. His Holiness Chandramani Maharaj said, material pleasure means like it's like happiness in view, but out of experience. He said. But spiritual bliss is like drinking honey directly, complete. So, yeah, these things I gave you the example. See, how to shift from material, that's very important question. See, how to shift from material pleasure to spiritual bliss. How many of you are eager to know this? Correct, now? This is very important. See, it's giving, see how to shift here. Redact the senses, this you know very well. Rishi Kena, Rishikesha Sevanam. If you engage our senses in Krishna service, this is the thing Prabhupada repeatedly tells in his books. Actually, if you take the senses towards Krishna, like seeing the deities with your eyes, hearing the kirtan with your ears, taking prasadam with the mouth, your senses will feel like, just like if you have if you got burnt in fire, what do you apply? Burnal. When you apply burnal, how do you feel? Very cool. So our senses also feel very cool when you engage in Krishna service. But if our senses are going to be engaged in Maya service, then it is going to burn. Our eyes increase more and more hankering. Ears increase more hankering. So the more the hankering in senses, my Guru Maharaj once told a very interesting statement. He said, all the holes in your body will never be satisfied until you fill up the holes with the supreme whole, he said. First hole is HOLA, and the supreme whole is WHOLA. When you fill up your senses with supreme whole, who is supreme whole? Krishna. Then they will become satisfied, he said. Otherwise, your bodily holes are always hankering for more and more. Everything. So, purifies the senses, like diverting a river towards the ocean instead of a desert. Yeah. See, if you have a river flowing into the desert, it will dry up. Correct, no? That's material pressure is like that. Whereas diverting a river to go to the ocean, that will be abundant water. So that's a spiritual bliss is like that. Yeah. And if you chant chant Hare Krishna, hear the Srimad Bhagavatam, it cleanses the heart, awakens joy from within. Just like a dusty mirror begins to reflect light when cleansed. So this is the example that Chaitanya gave, Cheto Darpana Marjana. And if you serve Krishna and his devotees, rather than hankering for enjoyment, you will see that selfishness becomes selflessness. Like you offer a flower to Krishna, it remains fragrant forever. And then reduce unnecessary desires and digital distractions and all. Then mind becomes peaceful and receptive to bhakti ras. Actually, we have to withdraw our senses from unnecessary engagements and focus it on Krishna. That's what Krishna says in 2.62. What he says? Tani sarvani samyamya yukta asita matparaha pashahi yasyendriyani tasya prajna pratishtita. See, put the word tasya prajna pratishtita. There are 4 verses. He says, one more verse about the kurmongani vasarvashaka. There also tasya prajna pratishtita, I will say. Such a person's mind and intelligence becomes fixed, he says. Yeah. So, like iron rod put in fire becomes fiery. Like that association with devotees makes you spiritual. This is a very important thing. Recognize all beauty and success as Krishna's gift. Worldly experience becomes, wherever you turn around in the world, if you can see Krishna's hand, then your day will be filled with Krishna. When you go to the garden, you see the flowers. How beautiful Krishna must be. The flowers he has created is so beautiful. How warm the sun is. How warm Krishna must be with the living entities. Lord's kindness can be seen. I even before coming to ISKCON, when I used to drink these juices, fruit juices, like, we have pineapple juice, we have apple juice, we have lemon juice, we have mango juice, isn't it? Grapes juice. So when I would taste it, I would always feel that I would tell my father also, how wonderful God must be. How he has created this. Because no man can create this. You drink this rasna, you will get sick. This rasna is a chemical. Although rasna bottle is this much only, in one bottle you can make 50 glasses. Many of the home makers, ladies, they buy a dozen bottles and keep at home so that you can just put this in those days. You put this 50 glasses, you can make, but you drink it, it's a chemical thing it is. Man cannot imitate God in that. But what is God-given juices? They are so nourishing to the body and tasty to the tongue. But later when I read this 7.7, Rasohamapsu Kaunteya Prabhasmi Shashi Suryayo, then I understood, what I said earlier was correct. It is God who is, at that time, who is that God? I wasn't sure. before, but when I read Gita, it became clear. It's Krishna who has filled the fruits with juices. He has filled the sun with warmth and light, sunlight. He has filled the head of scientists with the brain. He is the one giver of brain. Buddhir buddhimatamasmi. He is giving strength, he is giving intelligence, he is giving everything. He is the essence of everything. So in this way, the more we recognize Krishna's beauty everywhere, the world becomes a blissful place. Vishwam Purna Sukhayate. Even this world can be a happy place for a devotee. It's Sukhalayam for whom? Only the sense gratifiers. This material world is Dukhalayam only for sense gratifiers. For a devotee, this world is not Dukhalayam. Who says that? Prabodhananda Saraswati says. Kaivalyam narakayate tadashapura akasha pushpayate Durdantendriya kala sarpa patali protkhatadam strayate Vishwam purna sukayate vidimahendradishcha kitayate Yat karunya Yat karunya katakshavai bhavavatam tam gaurame vastumaha is saying that for a devotee, the Brahma Jyoti is hellish, he's saying. Why? Because there is no seva there. You just go there and shanti, shanti. Devotee doesn't want to go to Brahman because he doesn't want to relax. He wants to do seva. Then he's saying, going to heavenly planets is below the best. He says it's useless because we don't want any bhoga, any enjoyment. Then he says, the senses of a devotee are completely calm, cool, collected. How? Like the tooth of a snake is broken. The tooth is broken, the snake is harmless. Like that, the bhogavriti in the jivas is the tooth. When that bhogavriti is removed, then the senses of the devotee are like a snake without tooth. So it's harmless. Because devotee engages senses in Krishna service. And then he says, Vishwam Purna Sukhayate. For such a devotee, this world becomes a very happy place because devotee can take everything and engage in Krishna service, like that he's saying. Like a mother seeing a child everywhere with pure affection. Yeah. And accepting life's dualities, devotees can stay steady in success, failure. They don't worry too much about failure, success and all because they know material world is temporary. And the relationship is only with Krishna. The bliss remains undisturbed by the external changes. Like a lotus in water, untouched by the mud. We have given that example before. And then these are two questions I had answered recently. It's a very important question. See here. Somebody wrote to me about this. I feel ecstatic about the recent Vrindavan Yatra. What about happiness? See, it's wonderful because Vrindavan is Chinmaya Bhumi, correct, no? Every word is a song and every step is a dance, very wonderful. But at the same time, it's very important to know the difference between material happiness and spiritual happiness. See, when you go to Dham and all for the first time, second time, whatever, you may feel great happiness, deep satisfaction. Some people say, I got tears, I got joy, I got inner fulfillment. मुझे लगा कि उधर ही रह जाओ. Some people say like that. It's very wonderful. But that is only a glimpse of the transcendental bliss. It is not everything. What you experience, the initial bliss, that's like a sample soap. Sample soap you have to pay or you don't have to pay? You don't have to pay. It's free. But after that, to get the real big soap, you have to pay. Just like you go to a shop, they give you some kurumra, this, what do you call that? Puff rice, right, or some ground nuts. They give you free. I used to wonder why they give free. There's a purpose. What is it? For tasting? No, you will taste it, that's true. But after tasting, what you will do? You will ask for 2 kilos. After that, you will buy. Similarly, Krishna also gives a little glimpse of a bliss in the beginning, even though we are not pure devotees. You may sometimes get tears when you hear some kirtan. Sometimes you feel hair is standing on end, you wonder, have I become pure devotee? Wonder, We are not a pure devotee because still the desire for sense gratification is lurking in our heart. But such experiences, they come and go in the beginning stages. Just like the moon is waxing and waning. Seasons are coming and going. They also come and go. And disappears. Actually, it depends on the purity of our heart and steadiness of practice. See, these two conditions. Purer the heart, steady is your sadhana practice. And that much your bliss also will become regular. Like what is purer? If somebody is worshipping different demigods, that means there's an impurity in the offering of worship. It's not ananya bhakti. Or somebody is doing bhakti to Krishna, but are holding on to some material attachments. Then the bhakti is not yet pure. Anya bilashita shunyam. Jnana karmali. So the proprietorship, controllership, enjoyership mentalities are there. Then the bhakti is not pure. It's karma mishra, jnana mishra, yoga mishra. Then it is not pure also. So the purer the bhakti becomes. And also steadiness in our practice means how some people say, oh, Ekadashi, I chanted 50 rounds. Daily, how much you chant? Daily, I don't chant any fixed rounds, they say. That's not good. Daily, we should chant fixed number of rounds. Start with 1 round. Every Ekadashi, one round, you keep increasing. Then gradually come to 16 rounds. Minimum 16 rounds, Prabhupada said. Then beyond that, you can chant Ekadashi day 25 rounds or more rounds. So the steadiness in chanting, steadiness in Shastric study, steadiness in temple worship, the stairyam. When we become steady and pure in our intentions and pure in our worship, these two qualities are very important for one to get a steady bliss, constant and deep. See, what to speak of all of us? We are all upcoming devotees, but there are very advanced pure devotees. Even they feel separation from Krishna many times. Krishna will disappear from the rasa dance, correct, no? It's not that they can be always blissful. But that separation also leads to increase in intensity of the devotion. In Vrindavan, it's not like here I see in the Pune station, one mother and father, they came to station to send out their daughter. She was sitting in the train. I think she's going to study in some college far away. And they were all going, saying, daughter, they were also sobbing, crying when children go far away and they have to stay away for 6 months or 1 year or whatever, isn't it? In this world, the separation causes a pricking pain. The uh, lack of presence of the loved one, that causes severe pain into the mind and heart. In the spiritual plane, it's not like that. The more you feel separation, the more the remembrance of the person, flourishes in your heart. We say, the absence makes the heart grow fonder. The heart grows more and more fonder. In fact, the Vrajavasis felt Krishna's presence more than when he was personally present in his absence. That's the way spiritual platform is. So, see, material pleasure and spiritual bliss are totally different. See, material pleasure arises from bodily contact and ends in dissatisfaction, isn't it? Whereas spiritual bliss arises from soul's loving connection to Krishna. There's a earth and sky difference. So, like one boy was telling Prabhupada, Swamiji, you say you love Krishna. My friend says he loves his dog. What's the difference? Prabhupada said, see, love for dog, love for boy, love for girl, this is mundane. Whereas love for Krishna is spiritual. And love for dog, love for somebody in this world is done with your body and mind. Whereas love for Krishna is done with the soul's connection. That's because the soul is eternal, Krishna is eternal, love is eternal. Whereas this body and mind are temporary, relationships in this world are temporary. Prabhupada said, showed the difference. Therefore, in this world, body is temporarily limited, therefore pleasure is also limited. Whereas soul and Krishna are eternal, therefore the bliss is also eternal. And this is another question. Does Krishna take away everything from his devotee? I heard he says, Yasyaham anugrinami. One fellow asked this question. He said he was hearing some Vaishnava speaking in a lecture. He said, Swamiji, ये सुनने के बाद हम इतने डर गए अभी भक्ति करने के लिए भी डर हो रहा है. He was saying like that in Hindi. I am afraid to do bhakti because Krishna should not take away everything. Because he says in one verse, Yasyaham anugrinami harishye tadhanam shanai. So then I told him, see, Sudama went to Krishna. Krishna took away what? He only took away chipped rice. But what did Krishna give? He gave a big palace with hundreds of servant maids and servants. He took little and gave a lot. Look at the fruit vendor lady. She filled Krishna's hands with a lot of fruits. And what did Krishna do? He glanced at her basket and filled with gold, silver, diamond, everything. She must have given him 20 rupees of fruits. She got 20 lakhs of worth, gold and silver and diamond. I asked him, who got more benefit, Krishna or the fruit vendor lady? He said, naturally, fruit vendor lady. She gave little fruits and she got lots. Then I asked him, then why do you say then Krishna takes away everything? Similarly, Kubja, she gave some chandan lep to Krishna and Balaram, correct, no? And Krishna kept his foot on her foot and with his two fingers kept it, because she was a hunchbacked woman, isn't it? You know, Krishna kept like this and then jerked her body and lifted it, and immediately she became a young, beautiful girl. Huh? So, so who gained more? She gave little chandan, huh? And for that she got rid of her old body, hunchbacked woman body, and she got a young, beautiful girl's body after that. That means anyone who goes to Krishna only stands to gain. Huh? No one loses by going to Krishna, I said. Then I told him, see, if you are like a child goes and sits in the dining table, waiting for the mother to come and feed food, but then the child is taking a naphthalene ball to eat, will the mother allow? Hi! She will snatch it away, isn't it? Or the child is taking a knife, huh, saying that I will cut the bread. Huh? Immediately mother will take away the knife. So if the child is picking anything that is harmful to the child, the mother will take it away. But the mother is going to feed the child what is good for the child. No? So Krishna will give what is good for you. Krishna will take away what is not harmful for you. That's the main point. That fellow became peaceful. And he said, okay, now I'll continue bhakti, no problem. No? So that's what is written here. If you see here, when Srila Prabhupada says the Lord in his great mercy may take everything away, he's speaking about his compassion for the conditioned soul. See, what is that everything it takes? This everything refers not to our genuine needs for service, but to our material attachments, false prestige, and false sense of ownership. Huh? We may think we own a business, a relationship, or a certain position, but these are all temporary and keep us bound to the cycle of birth and death. Huh? This is very important. Like one boy came crying to me. He said, Prabhuji, I have been cheated in my life. He said, what is it? I have been in a relationship with a girl for last 1 year. I introduced my girlfriend to one boy. Now that, and she ran away with that boy. And then he said, he came crying to me. I said, see, ultimately Krishna did a great favor to you, I said. He said, what? Is this a favor? I said, two favors he has done for you, I said. What is it? One thing is, if she is eloping with another boy, in the very first place, she is not interested in you. Correct, no? Imagine if this happened after your marriage, it would have been a much bigger loss. Then divorce and all those problems. If she is unchaste after the marriage, is it better to know somebody unchaste before marriage or after marriage? Before marriage. So you are saved from a dangerous person. One who is not chaste. That's one favor she did. By running away, she has clearly given you a signal that you don't have to chase after her. She's already behind somebody. Secondly, I told him, by her going away with him, she has given you opportunity to come to Krishna. Now here is the feedback. Chant Hare Krishna. So which is the biggest favor you got in your life? In time of difficulty, you have come here. Is it not true? And similar thing happens with girls also. There are many girls who put faith in boys. But sometimes the boy is a scoundrel, is a rascal. And he may be like a honeybee going from one flower to another. He connects with one girl, enjoys for a while, goes to second one, third one, fourth one. He doesn't marry anybody. He's a playboy. You have to kick away such people. A girl should never lose her chastity with such fools. That is why when Devahuti was in the rooftop of her palace playing with her friends, there was one fellow, one Gandharva was flying an aeroplane. I think the aeroplane must have been little on a lower level, not too high. Otherwise, how did he get to see her beauty? Seeing her beauty, he peeped out of the window. So much he peeped out of the window, he fell upside down. But even though he fell for Devahuti, did Devahuti marry him? She told him, get lost. She married whom? Kardamuni. So this goes to show the material world, as it is said here. I told Krishna has taken away that person from your life to save you. And I told him, Yasyaham anagrihnami, I told him. Then he understood. Yes, Puja, now I am understanding how I was saved. Isn't it? So in our life, sometimes Krishna may take away a relationship, or he may take away a business. Like one businessman was telling, sometimes business people carry some 20 lakhs, 30 lakhs in a bag. It's not good. It's not safe. Huh? This fellow was carrying in a bag, kept it in a train below. Somehow some thief smelled it. Huh? And the thief was thinking that now he will finish him when he is sleeping. He will stab him. And he was always eyeing at it. So this man was also wondering, my Lord, this fellow is seeing why he's looking at my bag. He's suspicious that I'm carrying a lot of money or something like that. Hmm. But a bigger thief came in the train. Huh? And that bigger thief and the smaller thief had a fight. Who will get the bag? So, and that bigger thief took away this bag. Of course, he lost the money, 20 lakhs he lost. And both the thieves, got off the train and they're fighting. The bigger thief slapped him, bet him, and finished off the smaller thief, and then he took the money and ran away. So this businessman, he's a very big crorepati. Yeah? He had a lot of hundreds of crores. He said, it's God's grace that the bigger thief came. Why? The bigger thief didn't come, the smaller thief would have stabbed him, finished him. So instead of losing life, he only lost some money. So in this way, sometimes one may lose some wealth, or sometimes somebody may lose a relationship, or sometimes you lose a certain position. There was one devotee who got a promotion in the company, but he wasn't sure should I accept this promotion or not. Huh? Because if you accept promotion, you have to work 16 hours a day. If you don't accept promotion, only 12 hours a day. So the devotee was in two minds what to do. Uh, so his wife was telling that, see, 12 hours is decent enough for you. Now we are going to temple, we are chanting, you are in good association, weekly program we are attending, everything is good. If you work 16 hours a day, you can't give time to family, children, and your Krishna consciousness. But he was thinking, no, I will smartly adjust my time. And he took up that job, 16 hours. Then his chanting stopped, his visit to temple stopped, his family hardly got any time. The child only saw the father on Sunday. Because he gets up and goes to company before child wakes up. By the time he comes back, child is asleep. So he's called Sunday father. Other time child cannot see the father at all. So child was unhappy, papa is not giving time. Wife was not satisfied. And he also got very sick. He had to go to doctor and everything. And company also said, yeah, you are not giving sufficient hard work like before and everything. Finally, he decided to give off that bigger position and came back to the normal position. And many of the friends asked, hey, why did you give up such an enviable post and everything? No, he said, I want to be level-headed and I want to be balanced in my life. So here somebody may lose a position, but actually the position was not lost by him. It was taken away. He didn't give it up on his own. The company took it away and gave it to another fellow. They said, you are not competent enough to handle this post. So in one hand, it was little pricking to him that the big post went away. They took me out of that post and put me back in the old position. It was little pricking. And simultaneously, he was also happy. Why he was happy? Because the earlier situation was better for him. Correct? No? Similarly, Krishna knows what to give, what to take away from a devotee. But in this way, because all this, your position, relationship in the world, business, these are all temporary things. Purpose is detachment. See, Krishna is acting as the most compassionate spiritual master. He is forcing us to understand you are not this body, and nothing belonging to this body is permanent. Your only shelter is me. This is the ultimate mercy that Krishna shows to a devotee. Actually, many devotees are not confident to tell Krishna, please show me the ultimate mercy. Like, one old man came to meet Prabhupada. He was like 75 years old. And he asked, Swamiji, I heard that there is something called a special mercy. What is special mercy? So Prabhupada took out some prasad and gave him. See, this is mercy. Take this prasad. He took. But Swamiji, what is a special mercy? Because everybody likes special dosa, correct? No? You like ordinary dosa or special dosa? Special dosa, right? It has got a stuff inside, right? No? It's more taste. Masala dosa, yeah, masala dosa. So this man said, Swamiji, I want to know what is that special mercy? Prabhupada showed to his brahmachari disciples, see, you are already 75. I can give a special mercy like these fellows. One of the shaven fellow would like to shave up and join us. He said, Swamiji, this is special mercy. Not now. I will take special mercy later, he said. And he ran away. So sometimes the living beings know what is material, what is spiritual. Still they are attached to the material things. They are not ready to give up. Don't think Krishna will forcibly strip away something that you are attached to. He will not do that unless he sees that you are ready. Because if he strips away something and you go back to Maya, what's the use? Huh? You know, imagine if Krishna took away your attachment and you became angry with Krishna and you went back to Maya, then that is not progress. Huh? So Krishna will only take away something that you are unnecessarily attached to. When a devotee himself prays, my dear Lord, this is a material attachment I am attached to unnecessarily. Do something by which this will not become a stumbling block in my life. Huh? Then Krishna does that. Like I told you, see, mother takes a sharp object from a child's hand to protect the child. Similarly, Krishna takes away our mental positions and designations which we ignorantly think it will make us happy. Huh? So this is about a sadhana devotee like all of us. See, for aspiring devotee. But for pure devotees, what's the situation? You see? Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate. That is pure devotee. They have no material desires at all in the first place. Pure devotee does not possess anything for personal sense gratification. Everything they have, body, mind, house, plate, rupee, everything they have, 100% they use in Krishna service. Huh? So whenever a devotee needs anything, Krishna will provide. My devotee wants a car, here is a car. You want this place to become a temple for Krishna, like our Fisher's Mansion. Prabhupada purchased the temple for Detroit, ISKCON temple. Prabhupada desired and Krishna fulfilled. Prabhupada said, let there be a beautiful temple in Juhu, and there was a temple. So devotee desires and Krishna provides immediately. Yoga Kshema. And the highest mercy is service. For pure devotee, the highest form of mercy is not being stripped of attachments, because they have no attachments only. What will you strip? Huh? They are only attached to Krishna. But being empowered and facilitated to serve the Lord and his devotees more and more. In this way, Krishna keeps providing for pure devotees, because he knows my pure devotee will never misuse anything. Because they have done Sarvadharman Parityaja already. Yeah. So what is the bridge between the two stages? Huh? The process itself is bridge, devotional service. As an aspiring devotee sincerely practices Krishna consciousness, the Lord from within a super soul orchestrates the situations to purify the devotee. Like all of us are practicing devotees, Lord in our heart is watching us. What is our intention, what is our action, everything. So he knows what is best for us, and we should be convinced that everything happening in my life is orchestrated by the Lord for my good. If you feel some losses coming in your life, those are called apparent losses of experience. They're all Lord removing the obstacles from our path, you see. When you become more and more purified, give up the tendencies of I am the proprietor, I am the enjoyer, I am the controller and all that. We will recognize I am Dasan, Dasana Das. At that time, what we have and what we need becomes synonymous. See, right now we have something and we want something, correct now? See, Sachin Chandrabu plays with words very nicely, isn't it? One time in one of our talks, he was telling, see, we don't want Krishna, but we need Krishna. And Krishna doesn't need us, but he wants us. He was telling, they come back. So, see, we don't want Krishna, but actually, we desperately need him, but we don't feel the want for him. Feel the need for him. Whereas Krishna is already served by thousands of Lakshmis. Lakshmi Sahasra, Shatambrahma Sevyamana. He doesn't need one more person. But he wants us to come back for our good. Correct, no? So, once we become purified, then whatever you have, you will be happy with that. You will not demand Krishna for anything. Yeah. And then the pure devotee doesn't exert his own efforts in maintaining what he has, but to serve the Lord. This is a flawless state, you see. Yeah. So, for the child who is playing with poison, the mercy is to take it away, correct? For the obedient child who is sitting at the dinner table, the mercy is to provide the feast, correct, no? Both are deep loving acts of the same compassionate mother, you see. A compassionate mother, if a child is obedient child, who is obedient child? Pure devotee. Then mother is providing nice food, varieties of food to eat. Child is not a naughty child. But a naughty child who is taking naphthalene balls or is taking knife or is touching fire, then the mother's mercy is to take it away. For whose good? Child's good. So this is like a sadhaka devotee. So we are currently in the sadhana stage. That's why we have our own idea that I want this, why Krishna is giving me this. Why we make our own calculation, petty calculation. So the point is that If you are intelligent, you will not be just holding on to the puny attachments of the world, but have a firm trust in the Lord. Lord knows best. Repeat. Yeah, this point you have to internalize. Whatever Lord is doing with me and with my life and with my possessions, it's all His. His will is supreme will. It is for everyone's good. And I cannot criticize it. I may not be able to comprehend it, but I should not criticize it foolishly. It is beyond my, I only see the present isolated from past and future. But Lord can see everything. So He's all knowing. I am a Pamara, He's a Panditavara. Rupa Goswami says in the Karpanya Panchika Stotram. So, my dear Lord, I will conclude with that beautiful prayer of Rupa Goswami. See what he says. Please all of you repeat this. Although I am the lowest, you are the highest. Although I am a fool, and you are the greatest philosophers. Although I am wicked, and you are the most saintly. And although I commit offenses when I think of you, still, oh King and Queen. Who is King and Queen? Radha Kunja Bihari. They are King and Queen. The shadow of whose holy names delivers one from a host of sins. Please be kind to this person who sometimes chants your holy names. In the 24 hours, we only sometimes chant. Only 2 hours we chant. We cannot chant all day. But he is so kind that he is still there glancing at us mercifully and protecting us and allowing us to continue to practice devotion service all our life. Granth Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. Thank you very much. I can take one question. Anybody? Any one quick question? Oh, there are 2 questions. Okay, let's give them Mataji's one. Mic you give. We'll take one question there. Yeah, give the mic. If anybody is getting late for service, you can go. Already it's pretty late for you. Yes. Mic is coming. Is there a mic available? Give it. Yeah, yes, thank you. Yeah. Is it working much? Is it on?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for the wonderful class. Prabhuji, this is not my question. This is a question from a devotee who's in Hingoli and online. She was hearing it, so she messaged me. So she was asking me that this Akam and Sakam,
Correct.
she was asking me that please ask Prabhuji that it is my great desire to go ahead and preach and make more devotees and get them connected to Krishna.
Correct.
So is it it is a Sakam karma because it is my desire to make devotees and bring them to Krishna?
It's a very pure desire. It's Acharya's desire also. Srila Prabhupada has told us to preach and make devotees. At the same time, one word of caution is, when we want to preach and make devotees, there are 2 components in it. There's a material component, spiritual component. Spiritual component is Prabhupada wants us to preach, our Guru Maharaj wants us to preach, we want to preach and make devotees. The more we make devotees, they will bless me and I will advance in my spiritual life, which is a very good thing. The other side is we can become driven by passion and to preach without doing proper chanting, proper reading of proper books. Then our activity is not imbued with devotion. It's not imbued with humility and good conduct also. And sometimes we may have a skill also. Somebody may be a good speaker, somebody may be a good singer, and many people are attracted to them. So we start thinking that, it's my talent which is attracting the people. Then it becomes mundane. But if one is able to do chanting, reading, and keep a devotional mindset, one thinks I am just an instrument, Guru and Krishna are, like Prabhupada said, Nacha, Prabhu, Nacha vasemate, kashtara putili janama, Nacha vasemate. So if we are going to be able to see ourselves as an instrument in Guru's hands, and we have a humble disposition, I am like a postal peon, Prabhupada said. then our preaching is spiritual. So there is a spiritual component, material component. We should gradually nullify the material component, make it completely spiritual. Then preaching would be very good. We all are trying for that. Nobody can, in the practice stage, one has to be very careful, not get driven away. Okay? There's one
Thank
more
you,
hand was
Prabhuji.
up.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much for your nectarian wonderful class. Please accept my humble obeisances as your aspiring servant.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, my question is, there are so many demigods. As you mentioned in the class that if Krishna gives material possessions and material desires, fulfills it, then he gives the lotus feet.
Yeah.
And then he, now material desires get
And makes you so satisfied that you will not ask for one more material desire.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
my question is, there are so many demigods, and demigods are pure devotee than us.
Correct.
So why does it like demigods like Indra? They're hankering for even more and more material possessions.
Demigods are not pure devotees, they are mixed devotees. Only few demigods are pure devotees. Ganesha is a pure devotee. Like Shiva is the greatest devotee. And Brahma is also a great devotee. At the same time, Indra is called Karma Mishra Bhakta. Karma Mishra Bhakta means he want to serve the Lord, he want to enjoy also. So they have a joint tendency of, Asuras want to only enjoy, and pure devotees want to only serve. But in between demigods, they want to little bit enjoy and serve also. Like all of us in this world, we have a desire to serve, but we have a desire to dominate also. So therefore, we are taking material bodies. So demigods are counted in that category. So that is the reason you find Indra is committing a mistake sometimes aligning with the Lord, sometimes committing mistake, back and forth it goes like that. Mike, yeah.
In case of Dhruva Maharaj, God satisfied him. So
Correct.
why don't Krishna satisfy Indra and give him pure devotion?
Oh, Indra, why? Because Indra doesn't want to, he glorifies pure devotees, but he doesn't want to become a pure devotee instantly. He wants some time. Because he tells the Lord, I'll become pure devotee, but not now, please. There are many people, like, I was in Boston chanting in the temple hall. One boy was coming and taking darshan. And I finished my chanting, opened my eyes and looked at the boy. He's a familiar boy. I know him from which college is in India. Then he said, hey, you're here. Studying here, he looked at me and said, yes, Prabhuji, Rasham, how did you come here? He asked me. I said, nowadays I'm coming to America. Prabhuji, aap idhar bhi aa gaye kya? He was telling. He was telling me in Hindi. Then I said, please come to my room. Let us talk. He said, no, Prabhuji, I just come to take darshan here, and I am doing my PhD in one of the universities, I will get in touch with you, Prabhuji, you don't worry. He said, please give me your number. I said, he said, no, not now, Prabhuji, let me finish my PhD. So he got frightened seeing me. I know him in his college days because he came and stayed in our center for 2-3 months and then he left after that. Now, he has I am available for him. And I am already going there regularly and there's a group of devotees. I wanted to put him in touch with one mentor. But is he ready? He is not ready. He wants to go a bit slow in spiritual life. Indra is like that only. Indra's situation is like that. Indra is a mixed devotee, Karma Mishra. He glorifies pure devotees. In Bhagavatam, you will find many places. Now, not only him, many other demigods also. They glorify pure devotees. They know how great it is, but they feel that they are not ready for it now. They also have some desires. See, Lord has put such characters like Indra to teach all of us that in our life also we will face this challenge. We want Krishna, but we don't want to leave things also. In this world, we have a simultaneous desire for things of this world and Krishna. Then we gradually progress. The progress may not be very fast.
That means Krishna respects our free will, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Krishna respects our free will and reciprocates according to our desire.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Here, somebody's hand was up here. Yeah. Yeah. Answer, no? Yeah. Here, one hand up. Yes. Mike is coming? Yeah. One last question we will take. Mike is coming. Yeah. It's coming. Yeah.
Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhu, after we leave this body, we remember everything. Our soul remember everything for last pastime in this lifetime also.
That you don't have to worry at all. Super soul is with you. He knows where to take you to which body. Most of us don't remember what happened in the previous life. And that is completely covered by the super soul, so that you can start this life fresh. Because, imagine if somebody was a cow, was taken to slaughterhouse, or somebody was killed by a thief or something. So how will they be able to, with the traumatic thing, they can't remember. I mean, they can't lead the new life. So Krishna puts a cover over that. He doesn't let you remember the past trauma and everything. So you start a fresh life. So it looks like this life is new life for us. But all the old lives are all there in the mind, in the subconscious mind. Doctors do something called as hypnotic regression. In America, when they were doing hypnotic regression, one man started talking about he was an old man. So first he started talking about what happened in this life, in 30 years, 40 years, then talked about 10 years, 15 years. Then the doctor was doing regression more and more. Then started talking about his 5th year birthday, then his first year. Then he started talking about his previous life. Then because it was there in the mind. It's there in the mind, but it is covered. That more you dig deeper and deeper, in traumatic situations, it comes out. Then they checked whether such a thing existed. It happened to be true. So, but we don't want to worry too much about what was our previous life. We know one thing, that we are roaming in this world. We have had a previous life, and now we are here now. Now we have to get out of this world. So we can put our focus, our attention. We also have many case studies coming in videos nowadays in YouTube. Many reincarnation studies. We can see that there are a lot of people remembering. In case you remember, it's good. If you don't remember, also it's not a loss, because whatever Bhagavad Gita says is true. There is no doubt about that. And the mechanism explained in Gita is so simple to understand. You are the soul, you have a mind and body. And body is a machine to execute your desires stored in the mind. At the time of death, like a wind carries fragrance of the flowers, or the nasty smell of a dead animal in the forest. Like that, my mind carries good karma vasanas and bad karma vasanas. Accordingly, the mind will take you to the next body. Now, what is our duty? Right now, prepare your mind, fill it up with fragrant thoughts of Krishna consciousness, so that at the time of death, your hands, legs, everything will want to only serve the Lord. Then you'll be taken to spiritual world, where you can, and you don't need this body and mind anymore. You just remove it, throw it off, and then the spirit soul goes to spiritual world, engages eternally in Krishna service. Like I was recently in this Kusum Sarovar. In that Kusum Sarovar, there is one temple. What is the temple? Adha Ban Bihar. So there is one Nityananda Mahajan, one devotee. And there is one Mataji also. What's her name? Paling Mataji. She's a very elderly Mataji. There's one very elderly lady also there. She must be 80 years old, I think. Although she is practically in a wheelchair. 3-4 times a day she comes and takes darshan there. So these are people living in the temple. But one thing I observed is their attitude in devotional service is extraordinary. Extraordinary. They are so much absorbed. They have told the same pastime 1,000 times. Anybody who comes there, they will repeat this pastime. They never get tired telling the pastime. So enthusiastic. And they are also offering bhoga and cooking for the deities, making garlands. When I look at such devotees, sometimes I feel they are already in the spiritual world. I've seen many Prabhupada disciples like this in America also. You wonder, are they in the material world, or you are there in the... So I can confidently say in ISKCON also there are devotees, and Prabhupada disciples have served Prabhupada with faithfully. Now they are all in 70s. 70s or 80s, you can see them. Their bhav for Prabhupada and Krishna is so great. When they leave their body, they are definitely attaining spiritual world. There's no doubt about that. Shri Prabhupada ki